Joining us is the Commerce Minister, Suresh Prabhu. Mr. Prabhu, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV 18. I would imagine that there is some degree of disappointment within government because the hope was that there would be a consistency within rating agencies. After Moody's, the government was hoping for an upgrade for S&P. It is investment grade. The outlook has been maintained at stable. Your first reaction to what we've heard from S&P, sir?
See, this is very clearly accepted by all the agencies that the fundamentals of Indian economy are pretty strong. Intrinsic strength of the Indian economy is very, very strong, and therefore ultimately you are accepting that reality. Therefore obviously the Indian economy is going in one direction, which even the rating agencies agree that the structural reforms have been initiated. They agree that a lot of changes are being done. So therefore I am absolutely sure that they are accepting the reality of Indian economy.
Since you're talking about the areas where the rating agencies agree, one of the areas where they agree is on the concerns. Both Moody's as well as S&P have concerns over the wide fiscal deficits as well as a heavy debt burden, also the low per capita income, which they believe detracts from the sovereign's credit profile. I know that the view within government is that this is perhaps a bit unfair because India, for instance, has never defaulted. We are on a path of fiscal consolidation, which perhaps hasn't been appreciated enough. That's the government's point of view. And it takes time for developing economies to move up on low per capita income. So how would you respond to the fact that the government views the way that rating agencies assess India and other developing markets from this prism?
You know, as I told you, see, there is the intrinsic strength of Indian economy pretty good. The public to GDP ratio is really very, very comfortable. We have very good foreign exchange reserves. We have got a very good savings rate. Our external situation is far, far better. And therefore, in my opinion, India's sovereign situation is pretty strong. Therefore, I think we are on a very, very strong wicket.
On growth, sir, if I could ask you, you know, S&P is pegging or forecasting growth at 7.6% till 2020. They do say that demonetization and GST have impacted growth in the short term. But what's your own assessment, Mr. Prabhu? We've got GDP numbers for the second quarter coming out on the 30th of November on where things currently stand and your belief whether the worst is behind us.
If you go by World Bank estimation, if you go by all multilateral agencies estimation, you go by the top investment bankers of the world estimation, everybody agrees that India's GDP is going to rise, and therefore I am very sure that the structural reform that have been initiated, which even the rating agencies accept, are going to show tremendous positive results in the remaining quarters of the year as well as in the subsequent years. So I think the Indian economy is going to grow in one direction. The signs of clearly there of positive developments in the Indian economy. Savings rate is improving, the investment rate is going up. We are seeing industrial production also showing signs of improvement, the infrastructure investment, which is going on a massive scale, which will also start showing positive results in the years to come. So I think all this will lead to one direction, that's improving the rate of GDP. So thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you.